You're listening to
They're gonna call it a hard foul. They're gonna call it a hard foul.
offering in-depth analysis on all things Boston Celtics with your hosts, Jim and Mike Quigley.
I do agree with you that Derek White's extension is a fantastic contract. He's one of the best two-way players in the league.
Mhm.
He is one of the best three-point shooters in the league, and he's one of the best defenders at his position, and seemingly is still getting better at 30 years old, which is really impressive. Um, and the Tatum extension is an absolute no-brainer. It's the most expensive contract in the history of the NBA. That's kind of a technicality because Luka's extension is going to be the most expensive
Yeah,
next
every
year.
inch. Yeah, right.
Shea is going to be the most expensive Supermax extension the year after that. But he's worth it. I wrote that piece about him. Essentially, I started reporting it before, I guess like early on in the playoffs, but it was something that has been in my mind for a really long time just because of his overall value and if you just look at most franchise players in the NBA, they're very and can be very volatile and fickle and difficult to deal with. And sometimes your general manager, your president of basketball operations, is going to bed at night, like really nervous that they'll wake up and there's a phone call on their phone the next morning that's a trade demand that could just blow up everything that they've worked so hard to build.
Yeah.
And that has not really been a threat or a concern with Jason Tatum at all. So off the court, I think that a lot of that is undervalued, and his personality and his introverted nature is atypical of someone as good at basketball as he is. It's not to say he's the only one who's like that. I think, Jokic, SGA, you can
Mhm.
name some other guys who are like that. But with Tatum, when you look at the on-court value, there's really no like glaring weakness that prohibits him from being a major positive impact in just about any type of lineup that you want to put him in.
Right.
So I think that
Yeah.
has a lot of value, and you can put any type of player around him. And I thought that his defense, particularly in the finals, where he's able to guard a center, a 7-foot center, and switch every ball screen, was humongous. I mean, it's the reason why the Dallas Mavericks couldn't generate lobs. It's the reason why they couldn't generate corner threes. And, there were certainly possessions where Luka Doncic got the best of him one-on-one because Luka Doncic is one of the best one-on-one players in the history of basketball, and he's going to do that. But the whole game plan is make those shots tough, have them be inside the arc, and have them be contested. And he did a fantastic job of that. And the Dallas Mavericks were, I mean, very inefficient with Luka on the floor. To say nothing of everything he did offensively, which is, I mean, I think he should have been hands down the Finals MVP, but that's like, who cares? Whatever. They won, but so I just think he's an immensely valuable piece. He's still improving also, which is another bit of this. He's not a finished
Right.
product.
Right.
I think that if you're looking at some of the weak points in his game, you have to point out that he is not an elite shot maker.
Mhm.
Um, he's not an elite tough shot maker against set defenses, which Shea is, Luka is, prime KD, even KD now is. And you can go on down the line. There's other stars like that, but I think that the Celtics have accepted that and have added pieces that have made that less of an issue.